The Detroit Lions are at the bottom of the NFL power rankings. Aiden Hutchinson is up for Rookie Player of the Week, and the Lions bring back a familiar face. Hello, everyone. My name is Derek, and welcome to Detroit Lions Syndicate. If this is your first time here, we talk all things about the Detroit Lions, no matter how the season is going. So if that sounds like your type of thing, then hit that subscription button, because we got to get through this season, and then we got the long off season to go as well. So make sure you guys are here. The Detroit Lions sit at 1-5 entering Week 8 of the 2022 NFL season. And while it's not over yet, it looks pretty bleak for the team. Now, what I want to see, what I would love to see, is something compared to the 2015 Detroit Lions. Now, granted, it was a different team. We were coming off the 2014 NFL playoffs, but that season, that 2015 season, had a pretty rough start. We started the season 1-7, had a bye week in Week 9, and then we went on to win 6 of our last 8 games to wind up 7-9. And while I would love to win more games than that, 7-10 at this point would be respectable. That will be the most wins we've had since Jim Caldwell, and it will be more wins than we had with Matt Patricia his entire 2.5-year regime. But the Lions have continued to slide down the power rankings and now sit almost at the very bottom. Coming from NFL.com, Detroit Lions 1-5, ranked 31, down 3. Previous rank 28. The Lions returned to competitive football after their pre-bye thumping in Foxborough, but the results remained the same for the Fighting Campbells. 5 second-half turnovers by the offense were too much to overcome in a 24-6 loss to the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. The cruelest giveaway? A goal line fumble by Jamal Williams when Detroit appeared poised to take the lead in the fourth quarter. I'm frustrated because we're losing, just like I was last year, Campbell said. But I'm not down. I'm not losing confidence. I'm not going to go hide in the corner. A fact the coach might want to hide under a Honolulu blue rug at team headquarters. The Lions fell to 4-18-1 in his tenure. You know, I can't be mad. Usually I would get irritated at things like this, but we were on a 4-game losing streak. We got to play better. So the Detroit Lions are second to last. The highest they've been is 16, and it's just been miserable watching this team slide week after week after week. They went up after their win against the Commanders. They stayed at 16 after they lost to the Vikings, and they just continued to slide and now sit at near the bottom of the power rankings, which is a surprise because we currently hold the number 1 pick in the draft. So let me know in the comments below. Do you think we should have been 32, seeing as how we're en route to get the first pick? And Aiden Hutchinson is up for the second time for Rookie of the Week. Now, he probably will lose that to Kenneth Walker, who had an outstanding day for the Seattle Seahawks, rushing over for 150 yards, a couple of touchdowns. Aiden had a sack and a half, so I don't think that's going to be enough, but that's cool to know that when people were ready to call this guy a bust and write him off, he was able to pop back up after pretty much a 3-game absence. So it's good to see that Aiden has stepped back up into the limelight, and I think we got a lot more coming from the young man, but he was up for Rookie of the Week. Probably won't win, but at least he got a sack and a half. And a familiar face returns to the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions go and get CJ Moore off the Houston Texans practice squad. CJ spent some time with us last year. He was with us in the offseason as well, and even up to the preseason. We wind up cutting him. He did not make the roster, the practice squad, and he was eventually put on the Houston Texans practice squad. But with us placing Bobby Price on injured reserve, he hurt his knee in a walkthrough, and I think he's out for the season. So we went and get CJ Moore. CJ Moore played okay for us last year. Not great, not something to be super excited about, just another body to kind of fill in like we did last year when the secondary was wiped out. So we did do that. I'm not sure if we're going to bring Maurice Alexander back. If we can, I hope we do, because if he doesn't return, then that means Khalif Raymond will do it, or maybe even Tom Kennedy. I think Maurice is good at what he does, enough to bring him back if we can do so. Leave it in the comments below. How do you feel about Hutchinson, the return of CJ Moore, and the Detroit Lions being second to last in the NFL power rankings? You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions.